The much anticipated return of live theater is something we have all been waiting for. Just before the pandemic, Broadway was breaking records for ticket sales until it unfortunately had to come to a screeching halt in March of 2020.
So this has been a long journey for a lot of folks, of course, in this country, but a long, hard journey as well for all involved in getting Broadway back on its feet. Thankfully, some shows are reopening and some big ones are reopening tonight. And it's time for us to do a big reveal of our own. Look who's made it here. Will Reed.
Can you feel the love today, guys? Very exciting stuff. It's been 18 months since the stage lights went out, the marquees went dark on Broadway, the multi-billion-dollar industry, which is so essential to New York City's bottom line and cultural soul, is staging its comeback and renewing that spirit we've all been missing. And starting tonight, some of our favorites will finally reopen.
As the COVID-19 pandemic took hold, the curtain went down on Broadway, impacting industry and a way of life.
When we shut Broadway down in March of 2020, it wasn't just that all those theaters closed. Everyone was out of work. And that's been the devastating part of it.
It's the actors in the show. It's the stagehands. It's the electricians that are wizards. It's ushers and ticket takers. It's the box office people. It's the restaurants across the street.
I think having Broadway taken away was heartbreaking for everyone who has a job in this industry, right? It was something like 96,000 jobs were affected, so that's gut-wrenching.
The last year and a half has been eye-opening. It allowed us to, I think, find our new joys and new reasons why we come on stage, why we sing, why we dance, why we sweat, why we do all of this.
Now Broadway's comeback begins, with safety measures a top concern. COVID protocols are in full effect to ensure productions are as safe as possible for cast, crew, and audience.
We learned immediately how we set up dressing rooms, how we manage who's connected to who, how we have enough standbys to go on should someone get sick so that the show can go on.
After a year and a half away, Broadway's return means more than just going back to work.
The fact that we all get to come back, it's just a blessing.
Coming back means that I get to do what I was put on this earth to do.
Welcome to the land where the winds try to blow.
Not being able to perform really took a lot out of me. Life was very small without it, so.
And the world is coming short.
How do you expect to feel when you step out on stage and see an audience for the first time in forever?
I don't know if I'm gonna break and bawl my eyes out on stage or if adrenaline will just shoot right through me. I'm excited.
That first night, we're back, and to hear the sound of the audience, and when that curtain goes up, I'm going to be so overwhelmed emotionally just to be back. I think it's going to be wonderful, because that's what, that's what we are. We are a family.
I can tell you here in London, when we did the first performance, it was deeply emotional. The audience began to shout its head off and then leapt to its feet because they too were going to be climbing the rock with Simba to go to the top and begin again.
Wow.
Broadway's magic is unique, drawing millions of people from around the world to the heart of New York City to feel the connective power of live theater.
You're gonna make me cry. Broadway matters because it's an opportunity for people to see themselves reflected on stage.
I think Broadway is one of the hearts that beats in this city more powerfully than anywhere else in the world.
Being able to be here, to be a black woman on Broadway with my natural hair playing a German queen, just goes to show how possible it is, how important it is to keep going, to keep living your dream.
It's been a dark 18 months for Broadway and New York City, but a glimmer of hope as the Great White Way lights up once more.
Broadway reopening is necessary. It's necessary for New York City to kind of revive the city and give it the heartbeat that it needs back.
Broadway reopening is
coming home.
And wicked.
Broadway reopening is relief.
Life. I can't wait to be in that box with thousands of people experiencing something that we've all experienced from the dawning of time. It's how we tell our history. It's how we communicate. It's how we relate to one another.
Broadway is the lifeblood of New York City. It takes all kinds of people. It takes all kinds of professions. It takes all shapes and sizes and colors to do what we do every night. It is the physical center of the city, and it's the emotional and cultural and artistic heart of the city.
And
so
that's
exciting.
Great.
Wait, just before we leave, can you give us that reaction again to Broadway reopening? Wow.
Wow. Broadway's back. There we go.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.